So you're questioning your sexuality. I'm here to help. If you clicked on this video, chances are you're probably lost and confused. Maybe you're questioning some things that you haven't questioned before. Maybe you've been down this road a couple times and you're just seeing what's out there, trying to figure stuff out. Chances are, if you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering about asexuality. Maybe you heard the phrase and you have no idea what it is. Maybe you have heard the phrase and done a little bit of research, but you're not really sure if that's what you are. Whatever the case may be, this is a very safe space. I'm here to help you, here to answer questions. But this is kind of like an intro basic video to tell you kind of how to figure out your sexuality, I guess. It's a little bit specific to asexuality, but I think this can apply to pretty much any sexuality if you're really, really lost and confused. First of all, I just want to applaud you for figuring this out, that maybe you're not as straight as you thought. Maybe you thought you were gay and you're not as gay as you thought. Who knows? It's hard to say these days. But whatever the case may be, you're here, you showed up, you're questioning. Questioning is good. And whether you decide in the end that those questions lead to a new sexuality or the questions just lead you right back to where you started, there's no shame in questioning. And you should feel great that you're taking this step. Wherever you are in your questioning journey, whether you've been questioning for a long time or not long at all, I'm here to offer you some tips to figure things out, to understand yourself better, to maybe reach a conclusion that you haven't reached before. I don't know, it's hard to say. Specifically, let's talk about the ace spectrum though. Asexuality is very difficult to nail down. And so if you are dipping your toes in the water, if you've never thought about it before, you might get a little frustrated. And we've been there, we've all been there, me specifically, I'm still there frustrated. Don't freak out too much. So here are some tips on how to figure it all out. Figure out, am I asexual? Number one, learn about it. I think that's one of the best things you can do when you're questioning your sexuality is to learn what's out there. Now, it can be very overwhelming. There's a lot of information, but I have videos. There's all kinds of things out there that can help you. And I think the first step to really understanding yourself is understanding the sexualities that there are to choose from. Now, obviously, there's so many, and a lot of them are popping up from time to time, so it's hard to kind of know everything about every sexuality. But I think if you kind of follow the rabbit hole and see what guides you, that's a good place to start. Another thing I would recommend is reading. And whether you're in the book community or you're not, I do make book videos, so I have to preface this. Books are really great and important. And I know it can sound scary if you don't read books regularly, but for me, books have been a really integral part of my identity, and they have really helped me better understand myself because I am allowed to put myself in other people's shoes for a second. So whether you're reading books by asexual authors, with asexual main characters, maybe it's a side character, maybe it's just something that mentions asexuality in passing. You can do fiction, you can do nonfiction. There's really just like so many books out there. And there is a video that I am making that will have recommendations for you. You should go out there and read. Reading is good for you. Reading will help you understand yourself better. So if you're really lost in questioning and you don't really know where to start, I would suggest starting with books. Fiction specifically, because fiction is fun. And then after that, a great place to continue to grow is to find online forums and online information, I guess. One of the really integral parts of my sexual identity in the past about 10-ish years is I spent a lot of time on Tumblr. And I know Tumblr has a bit of a reputation. There's obviously a million other sites that you can go on to find this information, but Tumblr has been a really great community builder for me specifically because I can read up on other people's experiences. People will answer questions, they'll add blog posts, pictures, whatever. And it's really, really great if you get to read somebody else's like authentic, real perspective so that you don't have to question some of the things that you're going through. And you can say, hey, that person did that. I've done that before. Maybe we're the same sexuality. Maybe not, but it's a good thing to consider. And going off of that, another thing that really helped me figure out my sexual identity is talking to somebody. Now, I don't mean just like talking to random Joe Schmo. I don't necessarily even mean talking to your best friend. For me, I ended up finding like an online pen pal. We obviously met over Tumblr, but we started emailing back and forth, and she became a really, really close confidant, somebody who was asexual herself, who I felt comfortable asking questions, getting to know her, understand her journey. And I think that's one step forward from reading it in a book or reading it online in a forum. It's talking to somebody who can really give you their personal experience. I try and do that whenever I can, but it's really, really difficult sometimes. So please, please be cautious when you're seeking people out as an ace mentor, I guess is the word. Most people are really excited to help you out, but it can be a little bit overwhelming and exhausting for the person receiving all of your questions. So just bear with them, be patient. They'll help you if they can. But it's helpful to find one person who can really like soak it all in and help you individually. And then the last thing I want to say, my number one tip, is to understand that you're not going to have all the answers. I'm 25. I've been questioning my sexuality for about a decade now. I've been fairly certain that I've been ace for about 5 to 7 years. And I still have questions. Every single day I wake up and I wonder, am I actually asexual? Or am I straight? Am I bi? I don't know. And sometimes you're not gonna know. Some people do know and they have the right labels and it works for them and they're confident and whatever. But just know that if you don't have all the answers, if you don't know, if you keep questioning, if you're unsure for a long time, maybe for forever, you're not weird. It happens. All of us are questioning. And I think especially under the asexual spectrum, the asexual umbrella, it can be very, very difficult to nail down your sexuality specifically because there's so many different iterations of sexuality under the ace umbrella. So if you're getting frustrated, if you don't know the answer, you don't have to have the answer. You don't have to know yourself 100%. I think one of the best things about growing up and questioning your sexuality and just being a person in general is that you're always changing and you're always growing. I'm 25 now. If I had told 15-year-old me that I might not actually be heteroromantic asexual, I may actually be gray asexual because maybe I think about girls sometime, she would be very confused, but that's just how it goes. When you grow up, things change and you just gotta roll with it. I know it can be really, really annoying if you can't broadcast it to the world sometimes, but just know that like you're going in the right direction. You're questioning, and that's what's important here in your sexuality and your life. So please just continue to question. And if you have questions, there's lots of resources online. I'll try and link as many as I can. And obviously I try and make resources, so you're welcome to check out my stuff. I can't guarantee that I will respond 100% of the time, but I do try and respond when I can. And the comments are a really great opportunity to talk to other asexual people. If other people are questioning, you're welcome to go down there, see what they're going through, maybe ask them questions. I think community is a really valuable thing, especially on YouTube. And YouTube has always been a great place to interact with people. So don't be afraid, make friends. You can do it. I believe in you. And I wish you all the best of luck. You're doing it. You're questioning your sexuality. I love that for you. Ooh!